right, day one of the pontoon project. I don't know how long this deck is. I think it's 15 foot, maybe 15, but the pontoons stick out further and the title says 17. So maybe that's why it's 17, because you got the extra here. But selling this motor today, 40 horsepower, just gonna rip up this entire deck. Probably start by taking these off right here. All right, so we got all the rails off. We gotta work on getting all the edging off. And I think we're gonna probably extend this deck a little further here. But either way, gotta get a new transom on there, gotta put a new transom. Some guy just went and bought the motor and the mount. But yeah, this is it. Might keep this chair right here. And we're gonna keep some of the side railings too. So I'm gonna show you when everything's off, all the wood's off. And this is it. I didn't clean that good right there, but sprayed it down. Haven't really scrubbed the pontoons, but everything looks good. It's the frame by itself. Give it a good look. Think so?
Yeah, it's there.
How are we gonna apply it though?
Roll it on there.
All right, so all the decks off. We bought 4 sheets of 3/4 inch marine grade pressure treated plywood. And 3 of the sheets fit perfectly from here all the way here. So we're not gonna have to cut any end across. And then we're just gonna extend the deck. It's gonna drop down and it's gonna extend to about here. And we'll just cut around the transit motor.
You're gonna buy more of this.
That's all I have?
Yeah.
Either way, we're gonna use, what's this shit called, Timmy? That's what we're using. I used it on my other boat and it worked good. We're gonna coat the wood.
You don't want any of this?
I guess we can mix it. I don't know how that works.
Not mix it, just try rolling it. I'm gonna
All right.
throw some down.
There goes Timmy doing what he wants to do. And I guess we're using some of this stuff right here too.
I gotta do everything for you, son. Look at that.
All right, so we got the back sides of the boards to do. We've already painted the sides and the bottom. And then we decided to take the pontoon off the trailer, flip it over, and we just sanded the bottom here. You see, has some pits in there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bought a bunch of cans of this Flex Seal and we're gonna seal the bottom up. Not really, there's no holes in it, but just to protect the bottom, give it a little extra protection. Do it while it's light. And then when everything dries, we'll put it back on the trailer. Start putting the boards on. And this is what one looks like all sealed up. We just gotta pull the tape off. And this is the other one. We're gonna get to it. All right, so this is pretty much what it looks like afterwards. It's a little dirty over here because we had to flip the whole boat, so it got some dirt on it. But Flex sealed the whole bottom. We even got this little transom spot here. And really what it's for is when the bottom of the boat scrapes the floor or bangs up against something, it doesn't really wear much on the metal. So this is what it looks like. And I tell you what, that Flex Seal stuff cost about $12 It's 14 bucks a can, so we use 5 cans. So not too expensive, but it's not as cheap as spray paint. You don't just buy 30 cans and start spraying. So then I got these 4 boards over here drying up. As soon as these are dried, we're gonna go ahead and fit them up here how we want to lay them out, and probably start cutting and laying some boards today. Maybe, we'll see. Oh, and we sanded some of these tunes right here. Pretty smooth. You can see the sand marks in them. I'm not crazy about that. I think I'm gonna get the sander out and see if I can make that look a little better, but it looks nice. Really good. So we got all this laid in here. I'm talking to YouTube.
Are you on YouTube, Chris?
There's gonna be a drop here, and we wanna bring this deck. The railing's gonna be here. We wanna bring this deck out about 3 feet.
We got 29 inches, 2'5".
All right, so this is our custom piece right here, the back deck. And we left a little room so you can work on the boat or work on the motor. We're gonna put our transom right here. And what I'm about to do now is take this stuff right here.
Chris, who you talking to?
YouTube. What is this stuff called? Rock hard water putty, and fill in these gaps and screws that Timmy left all the way up. Gotta go after him and do everything after him.
Help a lot.
So we got 2 of the 3/4 inch plywood.
So do we want to go ahead and bolt it?
We can bolt it now. We'll do it tomorrow. Right, we gotta take the motor off the other one anyway.
Might as well bolt it. We
And
got the bolt.
And then we put what is this called, Timmy?
That is wood grain metal, brake metal.
Brake metal, wood grain metal on the outside to keep the wood from weathering. That's pretty much it. 2 3/4 inch plywood, 2 of them, and Timmy calls it brake metal. Oh, shit. Hey.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
Pressure sensitive adhesive. Timmy.
Who you talking to?
YouTube, man, YouTube. So we went ahead and laid out the vinyl that we need, the exact size. We have 2 sheets. 1 sheet, and then it meets right in the middle here, and then 2 sheets. Cut it, and we'll start gluing and vinyl it. There's no bugs on it though. So we didn't put the sides on yet, but we got our down rod holders. Front's on. We got to put the sides and the end cap. YouTube. YouTube. Keeps asking me that. We actually have a line right here. You can't even see it. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of see it here. Fingers are dirty. Either way. So far, so good. Steps down, boom. And this is our little back deck that we have going on. "12-foot deck, 3-foot deck, 25 Mert." All right, just a little bit of an update. So the vinyl's sitting really nicely. We got a little bit of a splice in here, and you might be able to see some of the glue mark, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some silicone, some marine grade silicone, and just lightly coat it right here. take a look at the back over here. We got aluminum framing all the way around it. This is just the back deck. 2 rod holders facing out the back. 1, 2. And we just put some aluminum trim all the way around there, right around the transom. And we got the trolling motor mounted. So it's just off center, that way we can get it hooked up to the trailer. Just off center. A little long, but it's gonna have to work. It's a fishing boat, right? And we got the side rod holders facing off to the side. So what we're doing is we're gonna redo the railings that we have that were old. We're gonna put them back on, and they start here and they wrap around until about right here, I say. So it's just an L. It's like right there to there. It might stop like right there, and there's a walkway where you can walk to the back and kind of fish off the back too. So almost done it. What we did for the trolling motor is we needed 6-gauge wire. This wire right here is we needed 6-gauge wire to extend that all the way to the back, and all I did was that 6-gauge wire is pretty expensive, so I just bought. Well, I can't get it either way. I tucked them under there so the rain doesn't get to them. But all I did is, if the secret is buy jumper cables. I bought 16-foot jumper cables, and it cost me $15, and they're 6-gauge wire. And I just cut them, drilled them, put them through the floor. And whenever it's all up top here, my 2 batteries will be here, boom, boom. And I have my clips, and it'll be inside the frame, and I just clip it, and we'll be able to rock. But yeah, this is it so far. All right, a little update of what's going on. We got we just installed the lights in the front. We got 2 of them, and we ran wire. I don't know, it looks like we got a job going on here, but we ran wire all the way to the back. Pulled it out to the top. We didn't cut off what we wanted yet, because I'm gonna put the guardrails on, and then we'll put the toggle switches on too. So came right out of there. So that's all going on tomorrow. All right, so we're finally done with everything. I'm gonna take you on a full walkthrough. We redid the front part of the trailer where the boat meets up. I guess the wood that was on it, well, it didn't even have wood on it. It was just metal. So that way you can strap right through the middle and butt up to the boat. Got the trolling motor mounted just off center. And it drops down. I got a little soap on it, I just cleaned it up. And then I'll show you underneath everything. That's Beck over there. And this is pretty much the underneath. You got some wires running through the back, but pretty clean under here. Got the front lights, 2 rod holders in the front, right there. And I'm gonna go around back real quick. Kept it real simple on the deck, nice and easy. We went ahead and added this back deck. You see where it drops off a level. We got 2 rod holders for trolling back here, 1, 2, and then we got the in-floor LED lights. So when it gets dark, you hit the switch and the whole back deck pretty much. We got 2 boat cleats, 1 on each side for tying down. Nice aluminum framing on the outside. Powered by a 25 horsepower, 4-stroke Mercury. Let me show you the stock. And we went ahead and extended the stock ourselves. This is an old, this is an old pole for an umbrella, and what we did is we kind of spliced it 4 ways, and then we tightened them up with the hose clamps, and it works beautifully. I mean, there's no wiggle in it. I had another one, and one that I bought from Walmart, and it had wiggle in it whenever I went left and right. It was like real bendy, and I didn't like that too. So this is how the transom's pretty much laid out, and it runs down in there. We got it all bolted down. That's pretty much the back deck. I really like the back deck. We were actually thinking about putting the gas can here and the batteries over here, but I like the back deck so much I want to keep it clear for us. So, all right, and then when you step in here, we got the tri rod holder, and I typically keep my knife and my pliers, and I got one rod and reel in here right now, but we'll typically keep it loaded down. 2 batteries in the tray, and we went ahead and banded those down so they don't go anywhere with the lids on them. So I like that, it's nice and clean. And then I got our I kept this from the boat. When I bought the boat, it had this chair and I kind of liked it, so that's my captain's chair. It's bolted to the floor and it actually pops right out, so whenever you want to clean it or if you don't want it sitting in the sun, you just pop it right out, and the mount stays in the floor and the chair pops out. Gas can, once again I got the tray, matching trays, and the gas can is banded down nice and tight. 2 switches here, I can show you a little later. One switch is for the running lights and this light right here, and the other switch I got LEDs, and the LEDs are the floor LEDs over here that illuminate the back deck. And I got 2 strips right here. I got one LED strip on this side and one LED strip on that side. So whenever I hit the switch, the boat pretty much lights up at nighttime. Super cool.
That is like straight vodka. Timmy's ready to party.
YouTube, talking to YouTube. And went ahead and got the fire extinguisher mounted right there. So that's pretty much all done. And then one of my favorite parts of the boat, I actually bought 2 of these coolers. One of them's obviously for our food and drinks. So it's gonna be matching. You'll have one on this side and one on this side. But what's cool about it is obviously you see this chair on top. It's just a stadium chair. And we went ahead and bolted that in there. So that doesn't go anywhere. Stadium chair is in there, pretty cool. When you look in here, the reason why I bought it is because for one, I have the cup holders. And then you got all your life vests. I got my trolling motor foot control. I got my, looks a little messy in here. I got my buoys, my ropes, paddles, you name it. So anything that needed storage, we pretty much converted into a chair. That way we're not wasting any space on here. So really cool. It's actually very comfortable. That's Timmy's chair. That's pretty much it. We're all done with it. Real sturdy, good boat. So you all go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you all think about it. And how much would you buy this thing for? I want to know how much you would pay for this thing right now if I were to sell it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, holla.